Once upon a time, there lived a guy named Atako. Atako grew up in a small town named Ujiji in Nigeria. He was a very smart and hardworking young guy. He was just 19 years old when he gained admission into one of the universities in Ujiji town. He studied biochemistry in the university, and everyone loved him because he was a brilliant and intelligent young guy with a promising future. After graduating from university with great results, he began hunting for jobs for months. Months turned to years, but he could not get a good job, no matter how hard he tried. He remained poor. He learned new skills, kept on hoping for success, but nothing seemed to work. His friends were becoming rich while he struggled. Atako began to feel cursed. One day, Atako met an old school friend, Vuru, who was now very rich and confident. Atako was amazed at how Vuru acquired so much wealth within 3 years of finishing from the same university as his. Atako wanted to know how Vuru became so successful, so he asked Vuru, his classmate, for his source of wealth, but Vuru did not respond to any of Atako's questions. Instead, he always told Atako that God's time is the best. Vuru finally revealed the source of wealth after much persuasion from Atako. It happened that Vuru had joined a powerful group that could make people extremely wealthy. However, the person would have to choose how to repay the elders, and this was not formidable. Atako begged Vuru, his friend, to take him to this wealth group, and so they went. Atako was given instructions to carry a pot for some minutes, and after that his destiny would be chosen by the gods of wealth. Atako obeyed and his destiny was read aloud. The gods of wealth said that they would grant Atako 7 years of wealth and influence, but after 7 years, Atako would die. Atako was shocked. He didn't want to die young, but he was also tired of being poor. He thought about it for a long time.
Could this really be the answer? I've tried everything. But if it works, wealth would be beyond my wildest dreams, all within my grasp. But 7 years. I don't know if I can do this. What if it's a mistake? But I can't go on like this. What's the alternative? Another year of struggle? No. I have to take this chance. Don't I?
Finally, he made a choice to join the cult group. Atako went to a secret place where the group performed their rituals. The leaders of the group made him take an oath. He would get riches, power, and influence, but after 7 years, his life would end.
This is it. This is the moment. If this works, if it happens, I never have to worry about money again. I'll finally be free. I can live like the others, with confidence and respect. Please, let this work. I can't keep living like this.
Atako agreed in his mind. However, after the ritual, nothing happened. Atako remained poor, and months passed without any big change.
Nothing. Nothing is changing. What the hell? What did I do wrong? They promised me wealth, but it's all the same. I'm stuck here, barely scraping by again. What was the point of all this? Did I make a mistake? Should I have just stuck to my own path? But I can't go back now, can I?
Atako was confused. He could not figure out why the rituals did not work, but his years have started counting. Atako started to regret his decisions. As the 7 years moved closer, fear and frustration grew in his heart. One day, in deep despair, Atako ran to a church. As people prayed around him, he felt peace for the first time in years.
I've never felt this kind of peace before. This is real. The weight that's been on me for so long, maybe there's hope after all. I can feel it deep down. Maybe I've been looking for the wrong things in all the wrong places. What if this is my second chance?
He wondered if God could save him from the dark deal he had made. 2 months later, Atako started to have the thought of going back to the cult group. Atako was still desperate for wealth. He went back to the group and complained that he had not received the riches he was promised.
You all lied to me. You said I would be rich, and now I'm still struggling. No, I won't stand for this. I've sacrificed too much. I need what was promised to me. This is not how it was supposed to be. I gave everything for this, and I'm not walking away empty-handed. I want what's mine.
Atako complained to the elders. So, the leaders performed another ritual, and this time, everything changed. Suddenly, Atako became incredibly rich. He bought luxurious cars, traveled the world, and enjoyed an extravagant lifestyle.
It's happening. It's all happening. Everything I've ever wanted is finally mine. The money, the luxury, this is what I've dreamed of. I'm untouchable. Look at me now. But wait. It's too much, too fast. Is it really worth it?
Atako thinks about his source of wealth every day. People admired him and he became famous for his success. He had everything he had ever dreamed of. But as the years passed, he couldn't forget the deal he had made.
7 years. 7 years, and then what? Am I really going to die for this?
Fear took over his mind. Atako decided to run away. He thought that if he had left the country, he might escape the curse. He quickly booked a flight and hoped to start a new life far away.
I can't stay here. I won't. I need to get out to outrun this fate. I'm not going to let them take me. Not like this. If I go far enough away, maybe the curse won't follow. I've had everything taken from me before. I won't let it happen again. I'll make it work. I'll make sure I survive,
he said to himself as he entered the plane. But fate had already decided his end. While on the plane, just as he was about to check the time on his phone, he suddenly felt a tightening in his chest.
No, not like this. Not yet. I thought I had more time. What's happening?
He thought
Why
to
now?
himself as he was falling slowly on the floor of the plane. The air hostesses tried to hold him, but they couldn't as he was so unstable.
What's happening? Why now?
Atako can already see his spirit leaving his body.
I thought I had escaped it. I thought I could change things. I don't want to die. Not yet. I've worked so hard, struggled so much. Was it all for nothing? Is this the price of my ambition?
His life ended in the air, just as the 7 years were completed. Atako died a mysterious death on the plane. When people heard about his death, they whispered about the secret deal he had made. Some believed it was a curse, while others thought the court had taken his life as promised. His story became a warning to all who heard about it. Now, people still talk about Atako's life. He was once a poor student, then a wealthy man, and finally, a tragic lesson about the dangers of chasing riches at any cost.